Welcome to the eCom Logistics Podcast, your go-to for e-commerce logistics insights, trends, successes, and lessons from the leaders and innovators in our space. The other thing that I find fascinating about your role as well as Prologis in general is how much there is a thought in research and development and technology. As you see the landscape evolving within real estate, but also from e-commerce and retail perspective, you get to interface with some of the biggest retailers out there, right? And you get to see how both sides of retail, B2B and e-commerce spaces are working. What are some of the things that you are kind of thinking about and that you have top of mind so that you're setting yourself up for success over the next few years?
If historically it would take 9 months to build a building and another 6 months for entitlements, that is just getting elongated at this point. Some municipalities have 3-year entitlements. So we're talking about hitting the go button right now at investment committee on a development that we're not going to see standing for 4 years. So we have to be thinking about what are the needs of our customers going to be in 2028, in 2029, not what are the needs of our customers going to be next year. And so that's everything from sustainable construction, sustainable building materials, but things like we read a lot about drone deliveries. And drone deliveries are pretty cool, right? It's a cool way of thinking about it, especially in rural environments, but in urban environments. If you talk about drone deliveries, what should we be anticipating in the construction of our buildings to meet the needs of drone deliveries in 2028? You have to believe it's going to be more common 4 years from now than it is today, right? Mm-hmm. So you guys are living in that space. As we're fulfilling goods down the road, how are we going to be doing it with other modalities and drones? If that's the case, should we be thinking about charging pads on our rooftop? We're going to start fighting for rooftop location with solar panels. So if that's the case, we have a lot of detention that is required, water detention on sites. Should we be thinking about ground level charging positions? Should we be thinking about more power distribution to the parking lot, not only for charging vehicles, but also potentially for drone charging? Do we need takeoff and landing areas within parking lots? That's just one aspect of how is the delivery system going to change as we evolve as a society, as a globe, and how should we be incorporating those changes into the construction of our buildings? I'm not going to come up with that answer, but I can go to some of our top customers, retailers, and ask them. I can go to our top 3PLs and ask them, how are they actually utilizing or thinking about drone technology? So you both were able to participate in a customer advisory board. We host about 7 of these a year globally. Actually, I think we've done 8 this year in 2024. But we get our top customers in the room and we ask them questions about how's your business working and what is the future of what's going to happen within the supply chain or for retailers. Then how can we as a company incorporate those needs into our locations, construction, whatever it might be, so that when we build that building in 2028, it has what you're looking for.
Thanks for listening to the eCom Logistics Podcast. If this episode brought you value, share it with your network and leave us a review. It really helps others discover the show and join in these conversations. And if your team is planning an event in 2025, consider partnering with eCom Logistics Podcast. We're always looking for meaningful opportunities to elevate conversations shaping logistics and e-commerce. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep leading the way forward.